I crunked up the Chevy, and anybody know anything about an 84, 83 Chevy? It don't crank right up. Sometimes you gotta pat the gas a few times, and it boom, yeah, and I don't got the power locks, as my OGs used to say back in the day, electric, electric locks and electric windows. So I'm reaching over and I'm pulling the lock up, and I want you to jump in. We head straight to the trap.
This is hip hop album debate. Let's get the conversation going. Ain't no time to waste. Yeah, the podcast that I know you've been wanting. They talking real hip hop. Got everybody talking. Let's go. Yeah, keep it 100 and stay true. Hosted by my homie Q. Tune in and come through. Yeah, this be the spot, the number one place all day. This is hip hop album debate. Let's go. Hey, yeah.
Welcome to Hip Hop Album Debate, the podcast. This is Q, and this is episode 55, baby. In my New Orleans accent, which I'm not from New Orleans, I'm from Alabama. But anyways, shout out to the NO though, baby, 504. But this episode is about T.I. Trap Muzik versus Gucci Mane Trap House. That's right. Yeah. But before we get into this debate or conversation, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell, do all those things. Yeah, your boy would appreciate it. Okay, so let's get into this again. Episode 55. This is T.I. Trap Muzik versus Gucci Mane Trap House. Yeah. So what I did, I crunked up the Chevy, and anybody know anything about an 84, 83 Chevy? It don't crank right up. Sometimes you gotta pat the gas a few times, and it boom, yeah, and I don't got the power locks, as my OGs used to say back in the day, electric locks and electric windows. So I'm reaching over and I'm pulling the lock up, and I want you to jump in. We head straight to the trap. So early 2000s, that was the beginning. Well, I'm not gonna say beginning of trap music, because then that'll bring about a whole nother debate within itself. So we don't want to do that. We want to kind of stay on topic. But I think it's safe to say that trap music became real popular in the early 2000s, with albums such as this, T.I. Trap Muzik and Gucci Mane's Trap House. So we'll start with T.I. His album came first, and I think by this time Tip had figured it out, just in terms of the direction he's going in terms of his style and what he wanted to be from an album standpoint. Because if you go back and listen to I'm Serious was a solid album, but you can tell it was a few songs that wasn't T.I. You can tell that was For Real, and For Real was the guy. For Real was the man, him and the Neptune. So if it were me, I would have did the same thing. But sometimes it worked with people, sometimes it doesn't. And it wasn't bad with T.I., but I think I'm Serious would have been equivalent to a Trap Muzik had he been able to stay true to him all the way through, which Gucci Mane did in Trap House on this Trap House album. Gucci stayed true to Gucci, and that helped just in terms of authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Even though it may not have been a bigger selling album, but I think it helped Gucci in the long run just to stay true to Gucci. But we'll get on that in a second though. But let's get back to Trap Muzik. Man, by this time Tip done figured it out. He's figured it out. Man, he had some big records on this album. I mean, Be Easy, 24s, Rubber Band Man. Shout out to David Banner doing a stellar job on the production. Let's Get Away. You got Jazzy Faye on the hook. I think Jazzy Faye produced that song. So this album had some big records, even though it's still a trap album. Just because it's trap doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a strictly underground type of album. And so this album was big, man. It was just big just in terms of the sound and just, I mean, again, I take my hat off to Tip because by this time he figured it out. Now slide over to Gucci. Gucci kept his album so street, and he kept it street, he kept it Gucci, he kept it East Atlanta. You gotta think, man, for the outsiders such as myself, Zone 6 didn't honestly, I didn't even know Atlanta had zones. Grew up an hour and a half away. Grew up in Alabama, but we were hour and a half away, and I did not know that they had zones. Like most cities, or a lot of cities have wards, 5th ward, 3rd ward. Well, I did not know about the zones, but you would with Gucci. and he gonna let you know the specific zone, which is Zone 6. So he kept it true, man. He didn't sell out. He made you know what was unknown in terms of East Atlanta. Gucci made it be known. And this album may not have had the big records like Trap Muzik, but it did have some records that was very influential in hip hop at the time, especially with Trap Muzik. I mean, you got Trap House, the title itself. I mean, when Gucci said, I stay high like giraffe pussy, that became a cliche in the hood. Now, again, I don't know if he invented that or whatever, but I know he popularized it. Again, this album being influential. You got your black tee, everybody rocking a white tee, now they rocking black tee. Then you got, of course, So Icy, him and Jeezy. But you also got Go Ahead, which was a substantial record on that album that may not been as big as some of the songs on T.I.'s Trap Muzik. But again, Gucci is making his stamp on trap music, southern hip hop in general. So he was on the way. This album right here, of course, aside from the mixtapes, this album letting people know that Guwap was on the way. He was on the way. Lawnmower Man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's on the way. But for me, I had to go with Tip. I had to go with Trap Muzik. Understand what I'm saying? Just the records was just bigger. Gucci was on the way, but I didn't buy into him yet, like the way I bought into T.I. I bought into T.I. the first album. I'm serious. I knew Tip was that guy from the get-go. Gucci was street, but it just didn't hit me right away like it did with Tip. And again, Trap Muzik just massive, just in terms of the sound. But anyway, that's what I got to say. Let's go to the people and see what the people had to say. All right, there's no comments via SpeakPipe, but we do have a comment on YouTube. All right, my fan Hey.03372 writes, definitely T.I. That Trap Muzik album was fire from the beginning to the end. Okay, go to Instagram. My big homie, Love Stay Paid. That's my big homie right there from my hometown, Larry Love. He writes, now I fucks with Gucci, but ain't no way this album even get close to Trap Muzik. Alright. So that's what the people write. Let's see what the people had to say via poll results. 10% said Gucci Mane, Trap House, junkies running in, junkies running out. And 90% said T.I. Trap Muzik. So there you have it. Hey, this is an ongoing convo. Y'all let me know if you agree, you disagree with me or the comments or the poll results. And leave a comment on social media. You know, it's an ongoing conversation. So y'all holler back at your boy Q. I'm gone. Peace.
Hey.